What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Today I got some baby chickens. That's right. So if you remember some of my previous videos about retail enclosures, which these are retail enclosures, what I like to do with them is use them to grow things out. So I happen to have two from times where I've grown out tortoises and other animals, and so as you see that the doors can be taken off of them. They just slide in and out, and then they can be butted together. So I have 12 baby chicks I will soon introduce you to, but first I got to clean these up, move them in, and then I'll also show you how you can set up baby chicks and everything you need to get them going to at least the first 6 to 8 weeks of life. And then once they hit that point, I'll go ahead and do another video about phase 2 once they're fully feathered and can go outside. Okay, so but for now I'm going to clean these up and again get ready to start setting them up. So stay tuned for this next level enrichment. Okay, so it's all set up, as you can see here. So I put the two together and that creates, so that's 6 feet by 2 feet by 1 foot of space for 12 baby chicks. Yes, this is in my living room because I don't know where else to put them because they make noise all night long. So again, it's only gonna be for a couple weeks and it's relatively warm and it's next to my enclosure with my kaiju bearded dragon. So we're just gonna have them hang out here. See if I can get them. The baby chickies. Oh. There they are. So one is a black sex link. Is that what it said, right?
Yeah.
And the other one was the
Barred something, I don't remember.
barred something.
Barred. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
What?
I don't remember.
We'll look those up real quick, but we're gonna go ahead and set this stuff up for you.
Whatever.
I got the industrial size bag of aspen because they're gonna go through a lot of it. So as far as bedding goes, there's a lot of different kinds you could use, but I've always used aspen. So that's what I'm using now. It's gonna get everywhere.
It's in the video.
Shushi.
No, she has the
All right, so you want to put a good chunk down because they get cold. So 3 inches of it. So we'll do that real quick. You guys want to help me out? I'll lift all this stuff up and then we can help.
Sure, will help. Oh, sorry. It's not my... What do you do?
You can't just roll this, so you can get to the side.
What do you do?
Okay, open them up.
Open them up.
Oh.
Calling in the reinforcements.
I'll hold this so it doesn't flop down.
Here, I'll throw it in there and you guys can
Break it up.
break it up and
You don't want any big
spread it out.
See how it's kind of compacted.
2,000 years later.
I think it's good. There's so much on it.
Well, it's gonna get packed down, but try to make it nice and even.
Boy, do something.
Okay, good?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Now we're gonna...
Okay, so all 6 feet are covered with about 3 inches of aspen. And who wants to grab some food? So this thing, trough, if you will, is for feeding baby chicks. It slides open, you fill it, slides closed. It's got 12 slots, there's 12 chicks, so they all have their own zone. Chicks will fight, so it's best to have them have their own zone or place that they can go. So there's many different kinds you can get, but I like the metal trough style. Plus it's nice and it's cleanable. So we're gonna fill this up. Yeah. Go get the food. Yeah. Or, well, I'll put it on the move.
By the way, I'm probably going to have you feel sometime eventually in my life. It's not funny.
So, this is chicken starter crumble, essentially, and it is medicated. It comes medicated and not medicated. Basically lists, it's sewn into the bag, but hopefully that's coming through. Anyhow, 50 pounds of it should get me pretty close to what I need. Because this is only going to last them until they get to about 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm going to use scissors. Thank you. Cup.
One's food.
Sheshy food? This is the starving dog from the previous video. We got enough subscribes. He survived. So essentially, it's just crumble with all that stuff that you saw on the ingredient list. Pretty much everything that they need. There's no need to give them anything else. This is fine. After about week 2, you can start giving them treats. But again, that's just treats. This is their main staple diet. Okay. And we're going to position this away from the heat so they don't have to be sitting under the hot heat to eat it. So I think we'll have the heat on this side, so we'll move it to the cold side. Okay. Food, check. Water next. Can one of my assistants put that into the garage for me? Thank you.
Yeah.
One metallic reflecting heat lamp you'll need. Can you cut those off for me? And you need a red heat lamp. 250 watts is preferred. The red light is also preferred because most people think that chickens are herbivores, but they're actually omnivores. And so that means they eat meat too, and unfortunately they will eat each other. We choose the red light because it helps prevent them seeing any injuries on any of their brothers or sisters. Because if they do, they will gladly peck them to death and eat them. So the red helps stop to see if any injuries do happen. It helps prevent a cannibalism. So that's what I was told, and I believe it because they do eat meat. So. All right.
What's this?
That's a grate in case you have it not sitting on top of this, which I might have to use because the bulb may be too big. Pull.
Until it's done, until it's full grown. That's a very, very large cell. A couple weeks till we move my have.
So yes, it will have to hover, but
It's not the end of the video. It's not the end of the video, by the way.
All right. So, bulb is on. Bulb is not touching the metal grate, so you don't want your bulb touching anything. That's only about 12 inches away. I do have a thermometer. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit and I'll test it. They're looking at about 92 degrees. A couple inches off the ground is about the heat you want them at for the first couple weeks. So we'll make sure that we're good with that and give it a few minutes to warm up. And last but not least, water. Where's the water bowl?
We got a water bowl?
Water bowl.
Yeah,
Let's hope it's under 12 inches.
Hopefully.
All right, we're getting the water bowl. Anyhow, so again, it's 6 feet long, 2 feet wide. Got a heat lamp, 92 degrees is what you need. Red bulb preferred. Food trough, so they don't have to argue over the food. Give them their own food holes. These come with little caves. They probably won't use them, but they are there in case they want to get away from the heat. Definitely have enough space to go to warm up, and also have a cold section. And we got water coming. So water you got to keep clean probably twice a day because they will poo in their water constantly. But essentially, it's a pretty basic setup for them.
If Mama can't, you can't.
Here, give me.
They're very hard to get off.
So the water thing I came with had optional legs, so as they get older, we can raise it off the ground, but while they're babies, we need to take the legs off. Stop breaking it. Get the water in. Now, there's probably different ways to set this up, and I'm not going to argue with people on the internet. This is how I raised them up the first time, so I'm going to raise them up the second time. So if you have a different way, by all means put it into the comments below, but I assure you this does work.
Keep it going. And there.
Perfect. Okay.
I even fit with the one.
All right. So we got a self-feeding water that got to get cleaned probably about twice a day. You don't want any poo in there. If water gets spilt out, you want to make sure you clean all the chips because you don't want moisture in there. They're very susceptible in the first couple weeks before they start getting the feathers. So the heat needs to be on point and moisture needs to be low. And also, let me show you what I got about to do. Let's see. Which one is poopy butt?
Well, there's a big one that has a poopy butt.
There it is.
Yeah.
Alright, come here, poopy butt.
Can I hold one?
So, can you see his tush? I don't know if you can see it. Come here. Nope, nope.
It hasn't thrown away really help. I'll catch it.
It's moving.
Oh.
Ah, right there. Good shot. Anyhow, right here, you can see that its poop chute is clogged. So, what I'm going to have to do is get a warm bowl of water and some Q-tips and slowly moisten and massage the poo till it comes out because they can get diseases and die from their poop chute being clogged up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Anyhow, so that'll be the next thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna videotape that, or should I videotape that? I'm not gonna videotape that. No, I will videotape that. What do you think?
I don't know. You should.
All right, hand me a Q-tip.
Yeah. And then you can change your mind later.
Okay, hand me a Q-tip. Maybe this makes the video. Maybe this doesn't.
And there's warm water.
Warm water.
What if it jumps out?
We'll usually do that as we stick them in the
Yeah,
thing.
here. All right, I'm going to check them, and then I'll hand them to you guys. So this one looks good. You want to put them in? Come around. No fighting.
Hold on.
So I can do the first one. Open it up. Okay. Where's your shop?
Checking nipple first. All right. Hold on. Let me lower this down.
They're also tiny. They're
This one's got a plug poopy. Put it down.
now it's from rack.
That one's okay.
Nope.
That one. It's that with bone. That one looks okay.
Yeah, I get the next one.
Watch Mac move.
This one looks okay. It's okay.
Oh.
Oh, don't let it run off your hand, please. America.
Hand all the way down.
Okay.
It's a little nudge.
Being bent. Very gentle. No squeezing. He's got poopy.
They're in my hand, but this is still. They're so cute. They're so fun to hold too.
Wow, there we go. Okay.
Feel safe with you.
Alright.
No, it's not.
So we have 3 that have plugged vents, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to clean that.
Oh, it's gonna hop out.
Careful, Mac.
Get all the
They don't want to stay in his hands. They always.
No,
Let's watch him.
Alright.
Guys, back up.
So I'm not squeezing it. It's just like a lasso, you know, putting his head through. No pressure at all. He wants to move forward, so he can't. And then he just slowly, if I can, massage this until it gets soggy. Want to give me a paper towel, please?
Doesn't matter. Just get it out.
You clever little girl got out.
Is that it?
Alright. If you can see what I'm doing here. Just wiping it slowly but surely. It's getting looser. Here, get out of the shots, guys. Your heads are just making it unfocused. No. Let's go. This guy had it pretty bad, so he's probably, it's been a minute. It looks like he's been pecking out his butt feathers, so that's what they'll do is try to reach around and clean it themselves. So he's missing some butt feathers. So, you know, he's probably been impacted here for a minute. He's got a lot. Come on, buddy. Let it out. Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's the one that has fur.
So, I don't think it's picking us up well, but just massaging it, rubbing it, getting it wet. Come on, let's Don't want to pull it out. I'm just gonna wipe it a little bit. I know. It's gotta happen. Anyhow, this is hard to do on camera, so I'm just gonna, you get the idea. You slowly massage the poo with the Q-tip, slowly massage it out, but if you can see, come on. I don't know if you can get it, but you can see a lot of feathers are missing. He's been nipping at it for a while. So I'm gonna pause the video and make sure I do this properly. All right, I'll be back with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to see my new baby chicks. A little quick glimpse of how you set them up. That's just for the first couple weeks of life, okay? So probably around 6 to 8 weeks, they're gonna be pretty full grown. They'll have their feathers and they're gonna need to move out to their new home, which is going to be a chicken coop, obviously. And I've talked in my previous videos about doing a hybrid chicken coop / tortoise home. Having obviously different entrances, but so I can have a permanent home for as my tortoise gets bigger, and obviously for my chickens. So that leads me to, what's this blue thing right here, right? Okay, so where I work, we used to use dump bins, nice solid wood dump bins, and we no longer do. So I got permission and they gave me, let's see, I have 6 massive dump bins. You can see they have wood slabs, solid wood bases for when we did the dump bins, okay? And I'm going to rust them, repurpose, kind of a combination here. So in the next coming videos, I'm going to be taking these all apart and reusing all of this wood to create my tortoise enclosure and my chicken coop, if you will. Yeah, so I think I should have, I know I have at least enough wood to do the houses. I don't know if I have enough to do the run as well, so I may have to still get some wood from my local hardware store for the run. But that'll be the future build, is me taking this stuff apart and reusing it all to create another enclosure. And so free wood though, so all I gotta do is put a little DIY. If you watch those previous videos about repurposing stuff and then also rust them, reasonable custom builds, this is going to be a nice mixture of the two. So stay tuned for that video. And let's see. Also, I'm going to watch my chicks grow up a little bit, and as they grow up, I'm going to be doing a how-to video on it. And sorry about the noise. I live in a house with tons of kids and dogs, so just ignore them yelling in the background. I couldn't find a quiet place to film, so if you have kids, you know what I mean. Anyhow, this is my house, so you know, it is what it is. I've been trying to get quiet areas for y'all, so just a little quick notice that there may be some noisy times, but it's getting too hard to try to segregate myself from the rest of the family. So anyhow, let's see. Anyhow, I was going to do how-to videos on ultimate raising up chickens. So as they get older, I'm going to kind of document that, and then eventually I'll do a how-to video. So if you want to start to finish on how to get them from chick to adult to laying eggs and all that good stuff, stay tuned. That video, it's going to take a little while because baby chicks, as I was saying, it takes 6 to 8 weeks before they can go outside, but then it could take up to 6 months before they even start laying eggs. So the video could be 8 months down the road because I really want to show it from baby chick all the way to egg. So that video will be pretty awesome. and then obviously the build that's coming soon, okay? And then there's also going to be an enclosure in between baby chick and their final home, because they're going to get to a medium size but not enough feathers. So you'll see that some feathers start growing in, but they still have some of their under feathers, so they're not going to be able to sit out in the cold just yet, but they'll be large. So it'll probably go from little enclosure all the way up to a medium-sized enclosure that I'll have to build for, you know, just for 4 weeks, but then I'll repurpose that into something else, so that'll also be a video. Anyhow, lots coming. Subscribe please, and thank you. Sorry for all the noise, it's starting to get to me. I can't focus anyhow. And okay, that's it. I guess I'll see you later. You want to see my baby chicks? Come check them out. Oh. Silly, you have to subscribe to see them.